This is my #1 hack for remote interview presentations to help me speak naturally, never forget my words, and finish at the same time every time. There's actually a few steps to this, and I used this hack when I was interviewing for jobs at Amazon, Meta, IBM, and Colgate, and this method has never failed for me and will definitely help you too. So just for some context, I do work in tech for UX design, but honestly, you can use this hack for any industry where you have to give a remote presentation or even in person. And at least for me, I was able to land these specific company interviews because I enrolled in a UX bootcamp called Springboard. So if you're interested, use my code SHARONKIM for $1,000 off your tuition. And without further ado, let's jump into it. So say you have your presentation and stuff here. This is what I'm using for an example in Google Slides. So the first step is to utilize speaker notes. And I get it, speaker notes is not revolutionary, but I do have something better. Anyways, for this first part, if you also struggle to speak or if you are paranoid you'll forget something, I personally write word for word of what you want to say during your presentation, as you can see in this video here. So more than this, really write your script in the style that you would naturally speak in. Not in a formal essay since you are presenting, but yeah, really just how you naturally talk in a real life professional situation. And now step 2 is to take these speaker notes and adjust the style for them to be scannable. Because say you're in the interview, you can look up to make eye contact through the camera and you can lose where you are within the script. So how can we prevent that? And what I do is I like to make the text bigger, color code and bold parts for emphasis with different sentences so I have visual cues of where I am. And say I will like highlight this in yellow and I can scroll freely so it's not too tiny to read and I make sure I'm not lost in my script. Okay, so I have went through and kind of did that same thing of like bolding and making the text look very readable, skimmable. And moving on to step 3 is to make it look unnoticeable that you're reading from speaker notes. So when you share your screen, say on Zoom, Google Meet, whatever it is, align the speaker notes using presentation view in the middle of the screen so that your eye aligns to the camera and the person on the other side can't really tell that you're looking somewhere else because it's kind of like in the same position of camera and your eyes with the notes. So to do that, let's go back. Most likely if you're remote, right, you're on Zoom, Google Meet, whatever, and you have the option to only share one window. I'll be going here into the presenter view. Let's set this up. And there's also a specific way I like to set it up as well. So this is the window that you can specifically share when you are presenting. They're not going to see anything else. You're not going to see your desktop or your speaker notes. And you can scale it down. It's not going to change the resolution of the presentation, so they won't notice. I like to move this to say top right, and then I have my speaker notes here, which will be right in the middle of this camera, which is, on top of here. And I put FaceTime here as an example. You could see 2 different angles, and that is kind of like new little thumbnail for myself. But anyways, I will give an example to do that. So now that that's done, the final step is to really just practice your script and adjusting where needed. Since you have word for word what you'll say, you can practice tone. Maybe there's parts of the script where you maybe want to adjust how it feels, the flow, the timing. And you can this is your chance to really add in elements to make it sound natural. Even from my current YouTube script, this is literally what I'm doing. I have my phone with the speaker notes kind of propped up on my laptop, but it's not really so obvious that I'm looking somewhere else to read from a script. And I'm also barely moving my head, so it's not as apparent that I'm reading somewhere else for the script. So if you do this, you will finish at the same time every time, and it will be very unnoticeable that you are using speaker notes. Finally, to give an example, let's just run through this. We can use the photo booth as an example of what the interviewer will see. Hi, my name is Sharon. I've been in UX design for 3 years, and for today's interview, I'll be walking through a case study I've done. Specifically, this project is called On It, which is aimed to enable social accountability for college students. To give some context about this project, This is a solo project that was completed over 12 weeks at a UX bootcamp called Springboard, and I took a gap year to enroll into this course, and for this specific project, we were given freedom to make it about anything that we wanted. So taking that in mind, I really leaned into my own life and challenges I was facing back in college. Generally, I just really love the productivity space, and at that time, I really noticed how many of my peers, myself included, were able to persevere towards our academic pursuits. So anyways, that is the interview hack that I use. It has never failed me, and one of the best parts is that if you want to reuse the same project months later, you don't have to stress over forgetting your word because everything is there with the script and the tone and everything. Also on the side, my channel is focused on UX, and many of you have been requesting for me to become a mentor for UX design, and I'm very excited to announce that I am now an official mentor via Mentor Cruise, so you can book private calls with me, and I'll put the link in the description box down below. But anyways, if you found this helpful, do leave a comment down below or leave a like. It really does help out my channel. And let me know what you'd like to see next. I always love taking suggestions. So with that said, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and until next time.